Hello Gunpla fans, this is Joe of Joe's Gunpla here with another video. And I thought I would try something a little different today. Instead of doing my normal, talking to the camera thing when I'm doing a what do you know, Joe, I thought I'd finish working on a model kit since I'm doing it anyway. And just kind of talk about what's going on. So let's go ahead and get started. Right now I'm going to be touching up some paint. As you can see here, I have been painting on the runners, and I know that's kind of like a beginner's kind of thing to do, but it serves my purposes pretty well. I can just do touch-ups later since I'm just hand brushing anyway. When I start airbrushing soon, I can go ahead and I'll go ahead and clean up the pieces proper before painting. But for now, painting on the runner suits my needs. So what's going on? What's new with Joe? Well, it is a new year, and as with most people, I will be taking on a few tasks, goals, things I would like to change about my current situation, a resolution, if you will, something that I resolve to do in the coming year. And one of those resolutions, it's more of a goal, and it's kind of silly. I really don't expect to complete or to achieve this particular undertaking, but I thought it'd be fun to kind of set this goal for myself and see what can be done. But I would like to see if I can complete, not like super duper awesome, completely done, finished, airbrushed, complete, but to my normal completion stage. I would like to see if I can finish 100 model kits this year, and I thought that would be an interesting goal. Obviously, I have the backlog to do it. If you guys know anything about my backlog, it's pretty ridiculously high. I know a lot of people are like, why would you have so many kits if you haven't built that many kits? What's the point of buying more if it's not something that you're going to get to right away? And, honestly, it's probably a compulsory thing, and I probably have an issue. But, I don't care. Because it's what I love. It's what I do. It makes me happy. So, there's that. So yeah, 100 kits, and I've got them pretty well mapped out. Not necessarily like what order I'm going to build them in, because I kind of have to build what I feel like building, not what I've been told to build or what I tell myself to build. So, it's going to be mostly 1/144 scale kits, because obviously that'll be the easiest to get done in mass quantity. Although a master grade, while it has more parts and it's more complicated, it would be less work as far as painting and things like that go. So that's something I kind of need to consider going into this. But I do have a number of master grades I want to get done. I have a lot of in-progress kits that I need to work on as well. So that'll be something to work on. A lot of the kits that I have that are in progress, they're like master grades that have water slide decals that I have not gotten around to putting on because I can't top coat right now because I don't have the proper weather conditions. Living in the Midwest, if you live in the Midwest or you follow weather across the nation because you are a geek like that, and that's totally cool, it is like Arctic weather right now. It's really cold. And as you know, that is not good for top coating or painting at all. Alright, so the gold's touched up there. Now I'm going to attempt to remix some paint that I made last night when I was doing this. Last night or the night before. And I'm going to try and recreate this dark gray blue. Let me see if I can... So we've got some touching up to do there. And a few other parts, the bazooka and the rifle and whatnot. And yeah, the paint's a little rough down on the edges, but what we do there is we'll take this X-Acto knife and just kind of scrape at that and straighten that out. Just like that. Just like that. There we go. Get right down there, right down to the base, right at the edge. Edge of the knife kind of rests in there nicely. And you can see it's not all up on the leg, at least in that area. So yeah, that's a neat little trick if you guys don't know about that. Like this here. You can see it's all bleeding out from underneath. What we're going to do is just take the knife right up to the edge. We're going to scrape off that paint. Just gently. You don't have to push real hard. You're just scraping it off. And there you go. Isn't that a neat little trick? Save you a lot of time and hassle. And of course I just put my thumb all over the gold paint that I just did. Let's touch that up again. That's okay. Alright, so we're going to attempt to mix some paint. Last night, if I remember correctly, I used Gunship Gray, Flat Black, and... Bow. That is Flat Sea Blue. You can see the paint down there. I used it again later to make a lighter gray. So that's kind of what we're going for. So, alright, so what else is going on this year? Because it's going to be a big year. Got, 100 kits I want to build. I'm graduating in April from college. Finally have my bachelor's degree. Took me long enough to get it, but it also took me a long time to decide what I wanted to do with my life. So, yeah. I will be applying as soon as my degree is settled. I'll probably take the summer to apply to various job opportunities in Japan. I'd like to go and live there for some time. As I discussed in a previous video. And we'll kind of see how that goes. And yeah, so that's that. I think those two are the biggest news items to talk about. I guess as far as this channel goes this year, I'd like to make some changes to a few things. I'd like to do more modeling videos, kind of like this. I mean, this isn't quite a modeling video, but at least I am building a kit and showing you some progress. Kind of bubble of paint right there. That's kind of neat. Anyway, let's see here. Take a little bit of blue. Got way too much blue on the brush. That's okay. Can't quite see what I'm doing. We're just going to put that down in there. Okay. And just a touch of gray. Just a touch of gray. That's what my parents call their hair color. They got a little... They're aging. They've got a bit of silver in there. So they joke, and they say it's a... came from a box. They did it on purpose. It's called a touch of gray. So, I don't know. Stuff like that's kind of funny. And then black. Gotta darken this up. So the gray kind of dulls out the blue. It doesn't, like if I were to just mix black and blue, it'd be a different beast altogether. That gray kind of neutralizes it first. Okay, a bit more thinner. And see what I'm doing here is I'll take the thinner and just dip my brush in it. And then pat the brush on the edge of the cup. And that releases a bit of thinner into the mix. Makes it easier to stir up. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. And it's not quite as dark or as blue as I like, so we're going to get a bit more blue. Stir it. Stir it up. Mix it. Get it good and mixed. Get it good and mixed. There we go. There we go. And another touch of black. Just a little bit. I think it's almost there. Touch more black. There we go. And mix it, and mix it, and mix it. That's the thing with mixing paint. You got to make sure you mix it thoroughly or you get streaks of color. I don't know if you guys ever get a chance to take an art class. That's kind of where I learned about color theory and what how to mix different colors and things. I'm going to be using quite a bit of this, so I don't mind that I'm making kind of a large batch. Okay, now we're getting there. Now we're getting there. Okay, so now that that paint is mixed, I'm going to set that just like that so it's kind of tilted and easy to get into and it keeps all the paint in one location. And we're going to touch it and see if we got a decent match. I'd say that works. I'd say that works. It's a little, maybe a little dark. Maybe a little dark. Yeah, it's a little dark. We're going to add just a bit more blue. Brighten it up just a touch. Just a touch. There we go. There we go. Now I think we've got it. Now I think we've got it. Kind of rambling here, talking to myself. Not used to doing this. There we go. Cover up that seam a little bit more. Might as well repaint the whole thing, right? Just give it one more good layer. I've always kind of wanted to do this sort of thing. Make a video of me painting and talking. I did one a long time ago. I think I was painting the Troa Barton that came with the Master Grade Heavy Arms. And it was pretty fun. I don't know, it's kind of relaxing. Talking while I'm painting. It's, I don't know, sort of like a Bob Ross deal. It's not quite sticking. There we go. There we go. Okay. And it's always good to, when you're hand painting, make sure your paint is thinned. Not as thin as you want it for airbrushing, I don't think. I think I have troubles with it if it's too thin. Yeah, there we go. So, yeah, we're doing a bit of painting there. There we go. Cool. So I'm going to take these and set them aside. And next, we're going to paint the beam rifle and the bazooka. Now this bazooka here already has quite a few layers of white paint on it, and I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but the white paint is still splotchy in some areas. There you go, now you can kind of see it. Still not covered, so that's going to need another probably 2 layers of white, at least, maybe even 3. And it's already got 4. Very thin layers of white paint. So I'm opening up the manual, I'm kind of looking at the beam rifle and the bazooka, seeing where I need to paint this dark blue on. Let me set this down for a moment. Ta-da. So, in the comments, I know I don't get a lot of comments, and I don't really have very many viewers. I probably get about 60-ish views per video, but, you know, tell me what you think of this sort of experimental video. Is it worth sitting through? Are you enjoying yourself? You know, is it something I can do more of and not lose a bunch of subscribers? Let me see here. Okay, so the dark blue is going to go, leave that gray, leave this gray, leave the barrel gray, and everything else is going to be dark blue. Okay, so we take a little bit of that and just start painting. So, painting is relaxing. It's one of my favorite parts of the hobby. And I don't really, I don't want to say that I'm by any means an expert. I mean, I'm experienced. And I know a lot more skill sets than I ever use, because I'm always afraid to try something new. I'm kind of get set in my ways here. But painting's something that I like to do. I like to hand paint. It's relaxing. Something to do with my hands, and you don't necessarily have to worry about making too much of a mess. You know, clipping parts and stuff, you get plastic bits everywhere. I think with painting, the only issue I have is people in the house will complain about the smell. Because I use enamel paints. And if you use enamel paints, you already know, they get pretty stinky. But they coat well. They're relatively durable. Let me get that out of the way before I knock it over. Making sure I get all the nooks and crannies. It's like an English muffin. Just like that. There we go. Boom. There we go. There we go. Now I got to get around. Oops. Let me get the camera up just a little bit here. Now we got to get around here without getting too close. There we go. Sorry if you can't really see that, but I'm kind of trying to I'm sure the camera's just going nuts. I'm actually looking more at the actual model rather than looking through the camera. to see what's going on. And I apologize for that. But I gotta paint. I gotta get this covered. And painting's relaxing. I don't know. Maybe it is the fumes. Maybe the fumes are making me kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm actually thinking about switching from enamels to acrylics. But I don't want to work with Testors acrylics. I mean, I have a few Model Master acryl, and they're not awful. But to be honest, if I'm going to go and live in Japan, I kind of would like to start working with a brand that I know is available over there. So I was thinking about Mr. Color acrylics. I know they have a line of lacquers as well. And I hear that their lacquers are astounding. Very high quality. But I haven't heard very much about their acrylics. So if anyone out there has gotten this far in the video, because I know I'm at like 21 minutes, let me know if you have any experience with Mr. Color acrylics. And what you think about them. I know I can get them online through HobbyWave, and I'm pretty sure they will ship anywhere in the United States. I know that solvent-based paints are hard to come by in the States. There are laws on shipping flammable substances or something like that, hazardous liquids, blah blah blah. So that's out. So I won't be able to get the lacquers, I don't think, unless I go through some sort of special channel. Almost done with this half of the rifle. Cool. Alright. Well, I don't think I want to waste too much time yammering on. I'm going to paint this up here and that bazooka. And move on to my next project after that. So until next time, guys, happy building. And like I said, let me know what you think of this rather informal format. And yeah, take care. Bye.